Ethan never believed in ghosts, or mysteries, or anything that couldn't be explained by logic. But that changed the day he found the door. It happened on a cold, rainy afternoon. His parents had just moved into this old house, and like every old house, it had an attic. Ethan hated attics. They were dark, dusty, and filled with forgotten things that people left behind for a reason. But today, curiosity got the better of him. He climbed the narrow, creaking stairs and pushed open the attic door. The air was thick with the smell of dust and old wood. Boxes were stacked against the walls, cobwebs stretched across the ceiling, and a single flickering bulb barely lit the space. And then, he saw it. A door. Not a regular attic door leading to storage. No, this was different. It stood alone in the middle of the attic, completely disconnected from any wall, like someone had placed it there and simply forgotten about it. The wood was dark, almost black, with deep carvings spiraling across its surface. No handle, no hinges, just a single keyhole at the center. Ethan's stomach twisted. There was something wrong about this, something unnatural. Then he heard it, a whisper, faint, distant, but clear enough that he knew it wasn't just the wind. "Help me." Ethan's breath hitched. His hands turned cold. He spun around, expecting to see someone behind him, but he was alone. The rain tapped against the roof. The attic remained silent. His brain told him to go back downstairs, pretend he never saw the door, and forget this ever happened. But his gut told him otherwise. He stepped closer, hesitantly running his fingers over the carvings. As soon as he touched the wood, a jolt shot through his body. The air shifted. The attic suddenly felt different, colder, heavier, like the space around him had changed. Ethan stumbled back, heart pounding. His phone's flashlight flickered. The carvings on the door weren't just patterns. They were words, faded, ancient letters scratched into the wood. The lost will return when the door remembers. A shiver ran down his spine. What did that mean? Then the whisper came again. "You found me." Ethan's stomach dropped. He turned back to the door just as it swung open, and there, standing on the other side, was a girl. She looked his age, pale, wearing old-fashioned clothes that didn't belong to this era. But it wasn't just her appearance that sent chills down his spine. It was her eyes. They were hollow, dark, as if she wasn't entirely here. Ethan wanted to run. Every instinct in his body screamed at him to get out, but he was frozen. The girl tilted her head. "You found the door," she said softly. "Now you have to let me out." Ethan swallowed hard. Who are you?" His voice barely came out. She didn't answer. Instead, she pointed behind him. Slowly, stiffly, Ethan turned his head. His eyes landed on an old newspaper clippings pinned to the attic wall. The headline sent a wave of cold terror through his body. "Local girl missing since 1923, last seen near mysterious door." The black and white photograph below the text. It was her. Ethan's breath caught in his throat. He spun back toward the girl, but she was gone. The door stood there, shut tight, as if it had never opened. The whisper was gone. The attic was silent again, but Ethan knew the door wasn't normal. It had been waiting, and now that it had seen him, it would never forget him. Some doors should never be opened. Some things should stay forgotten. But Ethan had found it, and he knew deep down it wasn't over. Most people would brush this off as just another ghost story, a silly attic mystery. But you and I both know some things are real, and some doors, once opened, they don't just disappear. If you were in Ethan's place, would you have opened the door? Would you have stepped through? You might want to think twice before answering, because sometimes curiosity isn't just dangerous, it's a trap. And if you're still here, listening, then congratulations. You're one of us now. You've already opened the door. There's no going back. Now be brave. Hit subscribe, because you never know what story comes next. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.